Welcome to Digimasters Shorts. We are your hosts, Adam Nagus
and Carly Wilson, delivering the latest scoop from the digital realm. In a recent statement, Nvidia Chief Executive Jensen Huang predicts that artificial general intelligence, or AGI, could arrive within 5 years, if defined by the ability to pass human tests. Speaking at an economic forum at Stanford University, Huang, who leads a prominent company in AI chipmaking, discussed the potential timeline for creating computers that can think like humans. Currently, AI has the capability to pass exams such as the legal bar exam, yet still faces challenges in more specialized sectors like gastroenterology. However, Huang is confident that within the next 5 years, AI could pass any test presented to it. Nonetheless, he admits that a universal definition of AGI remains elusive due to ongoing debates about how human cognition should be described. Additionally, in response to queries about infrastructure needs of the AI industry, Huang acknowledged the necessity for more chip factories, or fabs, while also noting that improvements in chip efficiency over time would mitigate the overall demand. These statements reflect Huang's optimism about the rapid advancement of AI technology and its impending impact on various domains.
Federal law enforcement and cybersecurity officials have issued a stern warning to state election administrators about the serious threats they face ahead of the November presidential election. Officials are cautioning secretaries of state and election directors to be on high alert for cyber attacks and personal safety threats, with potential attacks on voter databases through phishing or ransomware highlighted as key concerns. The FBI's Tim Langan characterized the threat environment as very high and extremely alarming, following recent bomb threats at state capitals shortly after officials took office. Bad actors, including international entities, are targeting the integrity of elections by spreading dis and misinformation, while technological advancements like AI pose new challenges. To combat these threats, election officials are building solid relationships with federal cybersecurity and law enforcement agencies and utilizing new tools provided by the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency (CISA). Despite rural election officials' concerns about being overlooked as potential targets, official warnings emphasize that every single location is at risk, underpinning the need for comprehensive security measures across all sectors. State and local election officials continue to confront a blend of digital security risks and personal threats as they shore up defenses in preparation for the upcoming election cycle. Google co-founder Sergey Brin admitted a lapse in their AI model Gemini, attributing its flaws to inadequate testing. The controversy arose after Gemini came under fire for producing images deemed excessively woke, leading to a mixture of ridicule and outrage on social media. Google responded by temporarily disabling Gemini's image generation feature to address its inaccuracies. Amidst the criticism, Google DeepMind CEO Demis Hassabis announced intentions to re-enable the feature within weeks, acknowledging that it was not functioning as intended. Company chief Sundar Pichai also recognized the errors in Gemini, stating that any bias or offense caused was unacceptable, and confirmed efforts to rectify the AI's guardrails were underway. Pichai assured that strides had been made towards significant improvements in the system's response to various prompts. The team has been diligently working to correct the issues, with visible progress on the horizon.
Nina Jankovic, an intelligence analyst and former executive director of the U.S. Homeland Security Department's Disinformation Task Force, has raised concerns about Russia's potential use of AI-generated deepfake pornography to disrupt Western democracies. Professor Jankovic, who has expertise in Russian operations, says that Russia has previously used deepfake porn to attack its adversaries, and that such tactics are part of a sexualized playbook aimed at weakening countries in the West. Some Russian cybercriminals responsible for creating these explicit deepfakes may be acting under direct instructions from President Putin himself. Jankovic views AI as a transformative yet dangerous technology that introduces a new level of cyber threat and is particularly concerned about its use to undermine the credibility of women in positions of power. The spread of non-consensual deepfake pornography, especially targeting women, could have a chilling effect on their willingness to take on public roles, thereby disturbing the balance of a modern democratic society. She also warns of Russia's history of leveraging security services to create damaging information about its enemies and sees the increase in AI capability as an intensification of this threat. The prevalence of deepfake pornography and the targeting of high-profile individuals could pose significant challenges during political election years in numerous democratic countries. In UK budget news, in a bid to improve efficiency in both the NHS and police forces, the Treasury has disclosed an £800 million technology reform package, Chancellor Jeremy Hunt announced ahead of the upcoming budget. As part of the initiative, artificial intelligence will be employed to reduce NHS scan times by 1/3, while police will utilize drones for quicker response to incidents. The projected reforms are expected to yield up to $1.8 billion in public sector productivity gains by 2029, with Hunt emphasizing the goal of reducing systemic waste and allowing public servants to focus on their core duties. The move aims to expedite test results for 130,000 patients annually and liberate police hours for critical incidents, amidst calls for the Chancellor to deliver significant tax cuts. However, opposition voices, like Labour's Darren Jones, criticised the Conservative administration for what he perceives as a lack of substantial improvement after 14 years in power. With the government eyeing potential tax cuts ahead of the general election, financial responsibility remains a focal point for the upcoming budget. Additionally, the government plans to scale back civil service staff numbers to pre-pandemic levels.
Thank you for listening to today's AI and Tech News Podcast Summary. Please do leave us a comment, and for additional feedback, please email us at podcast@digimasters.co.uk. You can now follow us on Instagram and Threads by searching for @Digimaster Shorts or search for Digimasters on LinkedIn. Be sure to tune in tomorrow, and don't forget to follow or subscribe.